Wow, here we go. Okay, good morning for this Thursday, July 29th. I will call Seneca County Commissioners meeting to order. The Pledge of Allegiance is what we will begin with. Please join me. I pledge allegiance to the flag
of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. Please join me in just for a moment here in prayer. Heavenly Father, we ask that you are with us today in making the decisions that are in the best interest of those we serve. We ask in a special way that you look over the fair activity, watch over the kids, give us great weather if you can do that. We appreciate it. We also ask in a special way that you watch over those who are protecting our freedoms and their families. We ask all this through your Son. Amen.
Amen.
Okay, roll call.
Commissioner Kirschner,
I am here.
Commissioner Paradiso,
Present.
Commissioner Schuff.
Here. So we need to accept a motion to approve the digital audio video recording of our previous board session held 1 week ago on July 22nd.
So moved.
Thank you.
Okay. Commissioner Schuff,
Yes.
Commissioner Paradiso,
Yes.
Commissioner Kirschner.
Yes. So as I kind of stated earlier out of session, we do have we have to break at 10:15 for a pending lawsuit that we have. The only time they could get on the phone was then. So we expect it to be relatively short, and we'll get back here and finish up the business at that point. So we will go until 10:15, and we will start with County Administrator's report.
Okay, I got just a couple updates for you. You'll see on one of our new business today, the Board of Elections, working with the Secretary of State, had received quite a bit of CARES money for security purposes, all through COVID and different things. And Jim and Lori have been working very, very hard with them. There was some funds that hadn't been used, and you know, the Secretary of State has always been concerned about the ADA accessibility. So they have allowed what the remainder that's in their HAVA for the CARES, they've allowed the Board of Elections to use towards our the wall project we're doing, and then the ADA accessibility for the parking lot and then the entrance. So they have about $18,664.80 out of their CARES HAVA money that the state's going to allow us to use. So I wanted to let you know, and if you see Lori and Jim, thank them for working hard on that, because they were going back and forth with the state, and you know, we were getting the documents for them. So
Good.
We're glad that they were helping us out. It's not a lot of money, but it's money that we can use towards the project. And a quick update about the project: we had Klaus Construction come in. They did some digging. The initial concerns with obviously that wall were we didn't anticipate any deeper foundation in there to support a new wall. They verified that there is a foundation down there, so hopefully that will offset some of the costs. They are concerned obviously with COVID, some of the increase in costs, but this will help decrease because their projection was including having to run a whole new foundation for that wall. So that's good news that testing came back.
Good.
Let you know that GeoCap got the grant submitted to the state for the sheriff's office. The total amount for the grant was $4,928,279 for various, renovations, security, updating. So the report, it's a huge report. She brought it up to me. We went through it. We went through some of the things we've talked about in board that we've talked to the sheriff about as match projects. I mean, we were going to do the projects under ARP, different things, cameras, just some upgrades for 911, different things. So they're going to use that money that we had anticipated on using as grants. So we do have to hold off on some of those updates until we get notification. We're hoping to know before the end of August.
Is there a specific match amount minimum they require, or the
They-
odds are better the better the match?
Yeah, they ended up putting in our match because we calculated all the projects we were talking about doing.
$1,250,000?
Yep, it was $1,250,000. So, and the majority of those projects can be ARP. So that's some of the money that can get. But I want to let you know it did get submitted. It's very good. It's very detailed. I was impressed with what they do. So if we're ever looking to, they're willing to do more grants for us. They're willing to do, definitely they have some ideas on other things with the sheriff's office. So they
We were very
definitely.
thorough, and we met a couple of times, and like you said, there was a lot of detail to it. They had the architect here, they had the designer, so
Yeah.
the plans were sent in pretty complete.
Yep, it's very good.
Is that common to hear back by the end of August?
That's
It
what
seems
the,
pretty short timeline.
Carrie at GLCAP had a contact at the state, and that's the date they kinda, cause it was due at the end of June is when everything had to be submitted. So, we were kinda hoping July, but they kinda said, plan to not hear before August, so.
So, the higher the percentage of match,
Yep.
and the more detailed the specs that are sent in, the higher the probability of approval. So we tried to make certain that all that was pretty well done prior to us submitting it. And I mean,
It's about
it's
25%
a
match,
lot of
right?
money.
Yeah.
$5 million, 25%.
Yeah,
match.
yeah.
Yeah.
So it's a pretty good match, and
Detailed.
the detail is really good.
Yeah, they had a wonderful narrative. They pulled the grant and they created the narrative to work with the grant language. So
Right.
we're hopeful, and also that we're one of 2 jails in the state of Ohio that do ICE, and hoping that scores us a little bit on it. We don't know that, but we're kind of hoping that.
Yeah.
So just give you an update on that. Roof project is starting August 2nd and should take about a week. They finally got us on their schedule, so that's out to Job and Family Services, so that'll start. We've already let the departments know, so they keep the vehicles out of that lot, so we can get the roof project done. The only other thing, wanted to remind everybody, our 7 o'clock meeting for EMS, August 5th, next Thursday. It is going to be at the NCO ESC. The address is 928 West Market Street. We will still use Zoom, so people will still be able to see it. And we'll just use the same Zoom we use for our board meetings. It'll be the same exact link, but we'll make sure we get that out to everybody again. But we're hoping at least everybody, the township trustees, all the district members, that they are gonna be in person. For people that still wanna attend and don't wanna come in, that we're gonna still have that Facebook Live and the Zoom available, so.
There will be plenty of available seating for
Yes.
anybody that wants to be there.
Yes,
Yeah.
yep, yeah. We're not encouraging anybody to not come. They can come, absolutely, but we just wanted to give them the option, just like we do for our meetings here.
Yep,
And that's all I have.
okay. Thank you very much. Tyler, would you like to start today with commissioner reports?
Sure. Had a really busy week this week. It's been very productive. Last Friday, I was able to attend the launch Fostoria contest that they had, which was the wrap up of the business contest that started months and months ago. Just want to give kudos to Renee Smith and to Sarah Krupp for putting on a great event. Had 4 finalists there. Congratulations to Jenna Stearns. Her business, what it reminded me of is called Beyond Laser Creations. It was kind of like a Simply Susan's, or I think that's what it's going to be over there, but also looking forward to helping the 3 that didn't win do some infill as far as their storefronts go over there in Fostoria, but they got some neat things going over there, and just want to congratulate those folks. It was nice to be at that event, and I think they had between 250 and 300 people there that showed up on the green space and gave their business pitches, so it's nice to be a part of that. We had our first Seneca County sweep this week. We went out to Green Springs. We're gonna go throughout the whole county, hit all the different villages, and then eventually hit the cities, but had 6 people out there for that, which was a team effort between the county, Ariana House, and Crossway. Got some of those folks out, and we went through and started cleaning up the village and the downtown a little bit. I think we had about 12 bags of trash, so that was good to get out there to the villages and show them a little love. Next one will be 2 weeks from now. I'll be on the second Tuesday, but next one will be in Republic. So that's about all I got for today.
Okay. Commissioner Paradiso.
A few things. I'll save this. We've been very busy. I attended Bloom Township, Venice Township, and Big Springs Township meetings. Had some good discussions there. Basically two topics. One is the money that they've received in the pending meeting coming up for the 10th. We had some discussions there, and then we discussed EMS. Went to the first AVR Bloom Scipio EMS district meeting last night. I must admit the tone of the meeting was much better. Seemed to be a lot more cooperation from when we were there. They basically just need some time, I think, between them to continue to sort things out after the merger. So I was pleased with that meeting. We had a land bank meeting. We were at the opening of the fair, which was very nice. Weather was great. This morning we had a tourism council meeting, and there are just so many exciting things. I love going to these meetings because it just pumps, and I like having them early in the morning because you're just pumped up for the day after you hear all the positive things going on. Marissa, welcome. You're doing a great job. And I think we have time to do a proclamation.
Oh,
Sure.
yeah.
Sure.
I do have a proclamation, and I would like to present this on behalf of all three commissioners. Whereas Sheila Ryan began her employment with the Seneca County Department of Job and Family Services on August 25th, 1991, and will retire on August 1st, 2021, as a fraud investigator. And whereas during her 30 years of service, Sheila performed many tasks. Whereas in her position over the years, Sheila has worked under directors George Deinzer, Rick Smith, Nancy Everly, Nancy Harvey, Nancy Morton, and Kathy Oliver. Wow, I
Yeah.
remember quite a few of those people.
Yeah.
And whereas it is desired in honor of this board to honor Sheila Ryan. Now therefore be it resolved that we, the Board of Commissioners, Seneca County, Ohio, do hereby commend and honor Sheila Ryan for her many years of service and dedication as a Seneca County employee, and extend her heartfelt thanks for a job well done and offer her good wishes for enjoyable retirement. In witness thereof, we, the Board of Commissioners, set our hand to this proclamation the 29th day of July, the year of our Lord 2021. So congratulations, Sheila.
Yeah.
Thank you. It's awesome. You can be like Mr. Thornton and retire 3 times and keep working. Right, Dale?
Be a failure at retirement.
What an accomplishment, 30 years. George Deinzer, I remember him from Rotary, way back in the 80s. We were in Rotary together. Rick Smith,
Yes.
yeah.
Remember
You remember him before then.
Yeah, that's right. Okay, so we are close enough to 10:15. I will entertain a motion to move to an executive session for the purpose of pending
Pending litigation.
litigation.
I'll make a motion. It's 10:14. Yeah, we're going executive session.
Second.
Second, okay, roll call, please.
Commissioner Schuff,
Yes.
Commissioner Paradiso,
Yes.
Commissioner Kirschner.
Yes. Hopefully, we will see you soon. Okay, we were out of general session, or we are out of executive session, excuse me. I'm back into general session at 10:38, according to my clocks that are available. And we were at the end of your remarks, Mr. Paradiso. Do you have more?
Do a roll call back in.
No, sir.
Roll call back in.
Oh, roll call back in, please.
Commissioner Schuff,
Present.
Commissioner Paradiso,
Present.
Commissioner Kirschner.
Present.
Your turn. Commissioner report.
My turn? No, you guys summed it all up. It's been a busy week with the fair and with land bank, et cetera, so we'll just leave it at that. We've all got enough meetings to go to. Okay, so under new business, I guess, is where we're at, unless you have anything else under old business.
Nothing under old.
Okay, let's
See
begin.
what I
Supplemental
got. We have a
appropriations.
couple supplemental appropriation. First one I have on my list is the HAVA grant that I mentioned, putting the $18,664.80 into their contract service line. Again, we'll be able to invoice them and pay out a portion of our first bill for DLC for that project and the testing that they had done. Second one I have is a supplemental appropriation into our professional services line, $25,000 due to the union negotiations this year, waiting until obviously 2021 instead of doing it in 2020. It's increased ours. We're down to like a couple thousand left in our professional services line for Clemens Nelson. So we're not anticipating having to use an additional 25. I think they're both coming to an end, but our contract allows up for 50. We only put 25 in place, so we're asking for additional 25 in case. Good thing is with our new HR, hopefully she will be heading off a lot of that expense.
What else comes out of that besides Clemens Nelson?
Just that's just for them.
That's just their one?
Yeah.
Okay, understand.
And usually we usually only spend less than 25,000 a year, but it's usually the union contracts or if we do a big policy upgrade. Jamie's actually working on our policy upgrade, so we won't have that fee with Clemens Nelson anymore. So Jamie's actually working on those. She did those with Sandusky County as well.
So when we pay like Mike Diddle's group, that's contract services?
Yeah, yep, yep.
Got it.
The next one I have is, oops, back up. This one. This is from EMS. It's an additional $1,300 in their equipment line. It's a King Vision, and I did ask her. She said it's a new piece of equipment. It's a scope. I made her explain it because I don't know the lingo. Helps visualize the chords with innovation, which is the tubing for video scope. So that was what that was for.
Former
Yeah, it's-
firefighter, yeah.
Works really well. It's a camera on the end of the ET tube, and instead of having to see it with the laryngoscope, you can see the vocal cords to make sure the tube is placed correctly, which gets people oxygen quicker, which keeps them alive. So
Can
it's
I
really
make a comment
important.
here, Stacy?
Yeah.
I think, so with our paramedics out, we're trying to upgrade our vehicles with all the ALS equipment we need.
Yeah.
And is this part of that where we?
I think this is the one,
Would that
one
be-
of our squads didn't have it,
Yeah,
and this is just making sure all the squads.
so this would be an advanced, this is a paramedic type of piece of equipment.
Yeah, the basics.
Absolutely.
So I
basics
think
can
that's
use
what
it.
they're doing, commissioners, is they're,
Right.
so no matter who jumps in what vehicle, they have what they need in that vehicle.
Right.
We were limited, only a few places had it, so I think it's
Yeah, I think it was all but one.
money well spent. Yeah, okay, good.
And then I have another request for EMS for contract repairs. As I mentioned last week, we had 202 go down, which we're not going to repair. We had a backup that was leaking, but they said that they didn't think it was an issue, so they were going to postpone looking at it until next maintenance. Well, unfortunately, since our backup crew is running Bascom, that truck's being used, and during one run, it smelled hot. They made the run, no big issue. Attica was out of service by schedule, so we talked with them. We went and got the Attica squad, so the backup is now over at Daniel's shop.
BD Diesel.
Yes, yep, and they couldn't get the parts until August 10th, so we're getting low on repairs in that line too.
So
Hopefully.
the one ambulance, just, that's it? that's
202, yep, that was
done. Okay.
20.
And this one is the same year,
Yep.
same model, whatever.
But they're
And that's-
saying the other one was a rear main seal that blew and, didn't catch it, fried the motor, seized the motor. This is what they're telling Danny is, not head gaskets, valve gaskets,
But they can
leaking
repair
in
it.
a different area, so
Okay.
hopefully this will be it. We won't have any issues, but they're definitely gonna keep an eye on it because it's the sister truck to the one that did go.
Okay.
So, financials, then I have resolution recommending the designation of the Emergency Planning Committee for Seneca County, Ohio. The list is attached. There are representatives from fire, law, elected officials, emergency management, hospital, first aid, health, environmental, transportation, media, community group, industry, and other. We had the LEPC meeting last week, and the LEPC committee voted on these, and the LEPC executive committee voted on those. So we have to approve it and send it down to the state to get final approval. So the chair members for the executive board would be Ed Olam, vice chair me, secretary Isabel Lewis, public information officer Mike Clace, and emergency coordinator John Spar. And then I have a list of all of the other entities represented if you need to see them. My resolution authorizing the Seneca County Department of Job and Family Services to enter into an agreement contract with Adriel School Incorporated for 2021-2022 Family Preservation Program effective 7/1/21. And I have another resolution authorizing, it's basically the same agreement, but it was for the 2020-2021. COVID happened, there wasn't a resolution done, and for auditing purpose it needed it done. So in essence, it's referencing that it's effective of 7/1/2020, will expire June 30th, 2021. But for auditing purpose, they asked us to do it, so we're getting those done. And then I have a resolution accepting the bid and authorizing contract with Transportation Equipment Sales Corporation out of Oregon, Ohio for a 7-passenger, 2-wheelchair van on behalf of Seneca County Opportunity Center. Total bid amount $55,697. And those are all I have.
Okay, gentlemen, your pleasure.
Yeah, I'll make a motion that we approve the supplemental appropriation new business.
Second the motion.
All new
Okay,
business.
any other discussion? Hearing none, Kylie, roll call.
Commissioner Schuff,
Yes.
Commissioner Paradiso,
Yes.
Commissioner Kirschner.
Yes. Stacy, one of the things reminded me, a couple of times in the past 7 years, we have had a simulation of an emergency where we gathered all the emergency folks together in a room. I don't recall that happening in the recent past.
We did, and I'd have to check, we're gonna have to do a full scale in the next 2 years. I'm looking at Dale because he was at the meeting.
COVID was our test.
Yeah, I don't know how often it's required or.
Yeah, because we usually do tabletops, and that's all we've been required to do, but we're going to have to do a full scale.
But there should be some education as far as new commissioners are concerned that in the event there is a major disaster, what their responsibilities are,
Right.
where where they need to be if possible and that kind of thing. So,
I don't think we've
good.
had one since either one. We might have one when you were here.
no.
I know
You
that-
might
I
not
don't
have,
think these- yeah.
yeah,
So it's been 2 years.
yeah. I'll check with John, because I know he's had some meetings. Maybe it was just didn't work with our schedule.
Okay. I just think it'd be a good idea to do a simulation one more time here, give everybody get a chance to understand what the communications are and where they need to be.
Yep, I'll check with him. I know he's got the calendar on that.
Okay, the time has come, I believe, for public comment. So, first of all, welcome David, welcome Dale. Good to have you here, over there from the chamber. Public comment time. Who has what? Who would like to start?
I'll kick it off.
David
I'm
Zach.
kind of filling in for Audrey, who is at the fair right now, so if anybody's out there, we have a booth. We kind of have a sign that says if you're looking to start a business, so we're connecting with people. It's actually been very good. First year, we've had a presence at the fair.
So wait a minute,
Person.
Audrey's at the fair, you're here. Who drew the short straw?
I think it was Dave.
You know, both are so good, we just couldn't decide.
Just
so.
checking.
Just checking. So this has been actually really good. It's kind of interacting with folks and, who, especially those with business ideas, so love that. The new state grants that came out about a month and a half ago, the Chamber helped us promote. 29 Seneca County businesses have applied for those. They're up to 30,000. There's 900,000 set aside. So we're hoping we're going to be able to get just about our fair share. We've been promoting. We could get more than our fair share if more people apply. End of this month is the deadline for set aside, but we've been promoting it hard. So it looks like we've made traction in getting the word out. So those are grants for food and beverage establishment, lodging, and new business, and as well as entertainment venue. So third, we had an expansion that we announced, Custom Machine in Liberty Township. Tim Foundry Machine did an expansion. New businesses, Copper Ranch up near Fort Seneca, as well as a new downtown business, Yours with Every Stitch. So that's pretty exciting. And we're working, and we should have more to report on broadband. So we're kind of working on that for kind of rural broadband. So that's kind of exciting. So we're working with Commissioner Paradiso on kind of moving that initiative forward at his request and at your request. And then we got some exciting things going on in the workforce development space, working with all county school districts and some other districts in other counties under the Northwest Career Ready banner, but we should have something to announce within the next month or so in that regard. So, a lot going on. We have 200 projects in the pipeline, $35 to $39 million announced investment, 288 new jobs already this year. We've reached out to 519 businesses this year, including about 180 in West Seneca County. So it's a good year for us so far. Things are cranking.
Good.
Love it.
All right. Appreciate it. Dale, anything?
We're going to be meeting with the county engineer next week along with the health department, talk about House Bill 168 funds that are available and how those might be used within the city and the county to remediate some issues related to sewers and home septic systems, that type of thing. So we're looking forward to that meeting out at the county engineer's office next week. I know that Matt Watson's had some discussion with the county engineer regarding it, as well as the health department. So we'll look at how we can use those funds to assist people to tie into approved septic systems or sewers. Other than that, things are going well with the city. Appreciate the relationship we have with the commissioners. A very important relationship. So thank you for being great partners.
Right back at you. We appreciate you being here. Thank you very much. Yeah. Mr. Riggs.
Perfect. So I know that we were on Zoom when I introduced Marissa. Marissa's been with the team for about a month and a half now. She has
Hello, Marissa.
more
Hi.
energy,
Good to be
more energy than I do. So, which is exciting. Brought her back from Utah, back home. So we're excited to have her as part of the team. As Commissioner Paradiso updated you on, tours on councils this morning went really, really well. It's fun to see how this group's transformed so much in a year. And so it's been a lot of fun. A couple updates from that. Ritz Theater, as you know, released their new schedule. So it's exciting to see that things are opening back up. The Park District with Sarah Betts is obviously extremely busy last year, and they continue to be busy this year. The Glass Museum had their best month, their best month in July. They've had a number of years. And then also the Seneca Caverns, the Lantern Tours. She announced that this morning, and they've been extremely busy. She says her sales tax numbers are looking very good, so it's good for you guys as well. But all as well on tourism, being very proactive as our students come back into the Seneca County. So trying to find ways to welcome their parents and the students as they come back or they join this community for the first time. And then on the chamber, we're at 417 members. We continue to add new members every week. I think this week alone, we're up 5 new members, which is exciting. Next Thursday, we have our first After 5 networking event since the pandemic has started, and that's at Reineke Family Dealerships. It starts at 5 p.m. Our ribbon cutting will kick it off for all the improvements they've made to the dealership, and then we'll do kind of a networking until 6:30, and we'll do food and drinks and those kind of things. So things are happening. So I'm excited to be part of the team and work with all these folks in the room that'll make it possible.
So you're about ready to give us an update on the Visitors Bureau?
Correct. So I'll be reaching out to Stacy. I wanted to informally introduce Marissa before I came in for a formal. But yeah, we'll probably be in the next month or so.
Perfect. All right. William, anything from the Northeast?
Northeast from Adams Township. Well, just spent a lot of time at the fair, and I tell you what, it's really great to see a full fair. You know, the week's been phenomenal. A lot of good crowd there, and it's been awesome to see all the people there. You can see their faces and
Yeah.
kids showing their projects. It's been a great fair starting off with it. And as you guys iterated, the August 10th meeting about the art money and stuff with the OTA and you know, all the other people that we're working with on that. So that's all I have at this point.
Good morning.
Good morning.
I come bearing information. Ben Nutter with Wind Waste Innovations, Seneca Farms Landfill. What I'm giving you is we call it an economic impact sheet. It just basically tells you our base economic impact in 2020 was around $15 million with fees and taxes and payroll and investment in the community, different projects. We wanted to do this to, show, where we are, that we are a local employer of 55 full-time people that live right here in the community. Additionally, in addition to this, and I'm going to make David's numbers look really, really good in the next 2 years. We're going to spend $32+ million on so we applied for a permit yesterday to install a gas scrubbing system. I know I've talked about it before, but we've purchased the system. We will work with we will give local contractors the opportunity to do the structure building. It's called BACT, B-A-C-T, which is Best Available Control Technology, and this will control H2S and sulfur dioxide. And it scrubs the gas, creates elemental sulfur so that it's not released up into the atmosphere. This is the first step in making that gas usable in other industries. So eventually we'll get to the point where that gas is usable, reusable, so trying to get everything we can out of the material that comes to the landfill. So that's exciting. That's going to start as soon as we have a draft permit now. As soon as we get the permit to install, the groundwork will start, and it's going to take about 24 months to be completed and fully operational. That's how big of a plant and operation it is. But we're excited about it. Good stuff. Glad to be here. Any questions for me? All right.
We get hold of the cleanup things.
Yeah, absolutely. I look forward to it. Yeah, how'd that go the other day?
I'm really good.
Good.
We had about 6 people out there, about 12 bags of trash. We were doing the curbs, the sidewalks, up into the storefronts, and yeah, made a difference.
Oh, I think that's a phenomenal idea. And if we can add to that in any way, we're happy to join in that at any time.
I'll be getting a hold of you.
All right, sounds good. Thank you.
Thanks. Nice piece.
Okay, Highbridge, are you on? Would you like to speak?
I do not see them on.
No?
Nope.
Okay. All right, any other public comments? Jimmy, make the announcement.
Yep, I'm gonna go ahead, for the people joining us on Facebook Live, I'm gonna go ahead and put something up on the screen. If you do wanna speak during public comment, you'll have to join the Zoom portion of this meeting. And if you're with us on Zoom right now and you wanna come forward and speak now, this is the time for that.
Okay, hearing none, no other business to be brought before this commission. We are adjourned, 10:58. Oh, wait a minute.